with my skull, sometimes you feel a little broken, feel a little depressed or whatever. So I put that into my skull, my plaster skull. With my zombie hand, I just kind of put the thought of wanting to escape, because my zombie hand, it's trying to come up out of the ground, but there's a hand pulling it down. So it's thought of like trying to escape reality, kind of. Plaster's really fun. It's super messy, and if it's messy, you're doing it right. I didn't think I would be into art, because I took my first art class my junior year of high school. I found it really enjoyable, and I found that it's something I can actually do that I'm not too terrible at. Just time to relax and just draw, make some things out of clay. And it's just been really enjoyable and really helpful. After high school, I plan on going to Wright State to major in psychology.
I wanted to originally make my theme about a journal entry. So what I wanted to do was, this man was writing about robin eggs, and he illustrated kind of facts about them, about their life, a little bit about the embryo. But for my next piece, I kind of drifted away from my theme, so now it's a little bit more about a life cycle of a person that I kind of made up. So this one is, they're doing a frog dissection, and for these you could actually pull on it. I want it to be a little bit fun and not necessarily too gory. I've done art since like a kid. I was inspired by my sister. I think I followed a lot in her footsteps when I was younger, but I used to do art club in 6th grade. I picked it back up junior and senior year. I did AP art actually last year. I think it's a good way of developing your art. I think it's a good way of understanding what works and doesn't work. What I did last year that helped was I was able to experiment with different materials, and I think for this year it really helped me go a little more 3D instead of just focusing on one material. I think I was branching out to stuff I may like more. I think I want them to take away that, you could have fun with art, you can experiment a little bit, you don't necessarily have to do only 2D. You can put your own creativity with it and have fun with it. Don't make things too complicated.
It's probably my favorite piece I ever did with digital design, and that was a few years ago, but it still stuck with me because I like it so much. Basically, I took a picture of Clint Eastwood, and what I would do is I'd go over the face with triangles, just to recreate the face enough to where you can tell who it is, but not enough to where it's just a recreation of the picture. And digital design was basically a Photoshop class where they taught us how to do things in Photoshop. This one was particularly in the eyedrop tool. It's where I used colors from the actual picture and translated them into the piece. I'm going to attend the Columbus College of Art Design, and I'm going to try to go for a 4-year degree in concept design with a minors in character design, because I like drawing cars. Mr. Burwald was my teacher during digital design and 2D art. He really helped me with form and line. Miss Grace helped me out with painting, and painting is probably now one of my favorite things to do because of Miss Grace. Miss Saab helped me out with my 3D art, and I can't thank her enough. I only had her for one semester, fine enough, but 3D art is one of my favorites now too. And yeah, overall, Springboro is like one of probably the greatest art experience I've had.
The work that I have in the show is like one part of my 4 seasons, so this is winter. This is my 3rd time using oil paints and using like Bob Ross's like special technique, wet on wet.
and it's just me really experimenting with it. I typically go for like graphite pencils because that's what I'm most used to, but I'm just been expanding my like mediums. My friends really help me like give me ideas on what to like play around with. Like one of them suggested oil paints because I don't really do paints that often. I'm going to UD for mechanical engineering, but I will still be taking some art classes.
I've got a corpse bride sculpture and a bread pan shaped like a cat. They're both ceramic pieces, and I have baked some breads in there. I made it look like my own cat. I was a little bit inspired by Alice in Wonderland for the inside. I just wanted it to look like whimsical. That took me like 3 hours a day, maybe for like a month. And the corpse bride took me a month as well. But I just got into ceramics like this past year or two. These are my favorite things that I've made throughout my entire like high school experience, so I just think it shows my growth. I plan to major in interior design at Michigan State University.
So I have this one, which is ballpoint pen. It's Venus flytraps, flowers, and hearts. And then over there is my acrylic painting. It's a woman meditating in a flower field in front of the moon. Every year we do this, we do a sustained investigation. So mine was like human and nature interactions and how they like coexist with each other. So I don't know, I did a few of like giving humans plant characteristics. My sister was very big into art when I was younger, so I definitely got it from her. I would steal her supplies a lot when I was little, so that's definitely part of my inspiration. Probably started being serious around like the 8th grade, so 13, 14. Our teachers are amazing. I had Miss Grace for the 2 years as an AP, and then Burwald for my 2D. They are the sweetest people I know. They are amazing at their jobs. They help you. They like, if you have any questions about what to do, or hey, I love this, but I don't know what to title it, or what my background should be, what good colors to use, they give you the best suggestions. And like, critique is a full class thing. Our classmates are great. The class is structured really nicely. You get 2 weeks per piece, so it's very nice. I'm gonna be at the University of Cincinnati for interior design, and then I'll probably take a pottery class and some other painting classes.
I did my sustained investigation about mental disorders. So for this one, I did about anxiety and how it can feel like it's trapping you and makes it hard to breathe and stuff. So I wanted to show it constricting the heart. Know that they're not alone in this as well. So in my other art class that I took, we were supposed to do line art. So we did a bunch of portraits and I decided to do mine. Normally I use gouache, which is like acrylic slash watercolor. I also do watercolor and sometimes acrylic. I'm going to SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, to pick up illustration and hopefully do book illustration as well and other illustrations, and even just sell my art on the side.
Well, the work I have on display right now is 2 pieces from, technically 1 piece, from one of my favorite sci-fi genres. It's called Warhammer 40,000. It's like, takes place in the far future. It's like a dystopian, sort of like outer space crusade sort of thing. This is actually one of my favorite characters from Space Marines, and it's Lieutenant Titus. I was really inspired by the game. It kind of motivates me to get in the gym more, so I decided to turn into art. I started out in sculpture sophomore year with Miss Sav. Really fun class, had a couple of friends in that class, and it just really helped me sort of like de-stress from school and like stuff going on in my own life. Like this past semester I took advanced 3D with Sav again, and then that's when I made this, just tinkering around, having fun. I plan to attend Miami, Oxford for mechanical engineering. I advise everybody to take at least one art course, especially the sculpture course, because it's a really fun class. You can tinker and design anything you want to make. Basically, you're only limited by your imagination, because you can make a frame with clay, then add like wire to it to make something, or add fabric like I've done with this, or mix media, so you can make like different pieces look like different things, or just create anything that just comes to mind, really.
So The Irony of Religion, that is a painting about like pointing out the flaws of like the modern church, where like a lot of times they do it for like capitalism reasons. The inspiration behind it was like I was listening to a song and then like it just hit me, and then while I was painting it just kind of layered on and became that. It's acrylic paint, yep. I made it to enter it into the Scholastics art competition, and it won gold medal, like nationals, so that's really cool. The other piece, it was my first attempt at an oil painting, and I wanted to like see how much I could do, like how far I could push the paint. And I was really inspired by like the old-timey Renaissance paintings, like the color choices that they used and like how dramatic it was. Basically, it is about like, the saying of like wolves in sheep clothing. So one of them, like, they're in a relationship and one of them doesn't trust the other one. And so she decides to rip her face open, a little graphic, but it reveals a sheep instead of a wolf because she was expecting to see a wolf. So there's like a wolf on the bed looming over her to like represent the trauma from the past relationship that she was in. After high school, I plan on going into UC, University of Cincinnati, and I'm going to be pursuing a degree in game art.